So after going through my first lesson that I introduced my students to and then they did at home, as you could see there were mistakes. The biggest thing was all the text being backwards and then me addressing it right in the lesson about how this was a mistake and how I'm going through it for the first time, and I've reflected back and forth on whether I should use that original lesson every year with my students or make my first new one again to make it better. And I'm always going to use that one. And I think it's such a great message to remind my students that I'm not perfect. Everything's not going to go perfect. But we're doing it because I believe that it's going to help them learn better. And I believe that it's going to help them be more successful. And that's okay. And I've used that mantra all the time. I don't expect my videos to be perfect. Right now I'm developing a professional development video for you to interact with. If I were to make a mistake here, I probably wouldn't go back and fix it unless it were crucial. My goal is to help you become a better educator and understand how I've utilized the flipped classroom. And as long as I accomplish that, I'm satisfied. And that's the same with my lessons. As long as they are understanding the key of what I want them to learn, I'm satisfied. Here you can see a picture of the Edmodo chat going on in one of my classrooms, and you may notice that Ava pointed out that I made a math mistake. And the way we started our class the next day is we talked about how do you check your answers in a division problem. And I didn't get upset. We talked about how you appropriately address things online, and we talked about digital citizenship, and we talked about how your message may be misunderstood. As you can see, one student used repeated ha-has, and we talked about how you need to be careful with that type of stuff because your message might not be interpreted the way that you intended it. And this whole digital citizenship conversation started. Another huge benefit. But like I said, I rolled with it, and we used it as another math lesson on how to check the division. So don't worry about it being perfect. Just worry about delivering that message to your student, and they will get that same feeling of you're doing it because you believe it's going to help them be a better student.